Hello viewers and welcome back to Games with Dialogue. This is episode 88 of my Pillars of Eternity 2 playthrough. Let's dive right in, let's not waste time. We've got a lot of Ukaizo left to cover. Okay, if you'll recall last time, we spent most of the episode fighting our way here. And now it's just move on to one of these areas. I guess we have to go through the order. Grand Promenade's next on the list. That's fine. Okay. Well, I think it's smart to keep stealthing, so do that.
Wait here.
Wrong
I'll
button.
go on ahead.
Let me check. That leads to there. Okay. Alright, well, okay. Just push forward, I guess. Storm's still raging outside. Of course it is. Disable the storm.
Will do.
Erosion has softened the bronze features, giving the proud statue a brooding air. Well, I could go there, but I'm going to keep pushing forward. I wonder what the protector of Ukaizo, the guardian, is. Was it the thing in the water that the dragon fought, or is there like... Never mind. Never mind. A furious storm obscures the sprawling city below, but you can make out the shape of distant spires reaching up from the flooded ruins. Spirit winds tug at your soul with insistence, like a stern hand trying to pull a cloak from your back. Turn to your companions. So, here we are. You look at those who accompanied you this far, who risked everything to face the confrontation ahead. Grog, Pike, Scanlan, and the rest. The others aren't here with me. I think we're as ready as we can be. Let's go. I'm pretty sure at this point, if I was using any of the story companions, there'd be, like, special dialogue, but I don't know. I brought Vox Machina with me instead. They're capable. They can get the job done.
On it.
Tiny engraving reads, in memory of Dumu, Papua, and Tokima, Ngati's first chosen. I wonder if those were the royalty of Ukaizo. I don't think there's anything to loot. Yeah, I don't think there's anything to loot. Yeah, alright. I'm almost 100% positive, I'd say 90%, that I'm going to have to go to the other area, the one to our north. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, that's what I figured. That probably turns off the storm. What if I don't turn off the storm? What if I just let it keep going? Let's see. Well, maybe this... Okay, maybe this turns off the storm. I don't know. I've never been here before. Let's see. I mean, I would figure something this high in the air called Under Spire would turn off the storm, but... Oh, I don't know.
I've got it.
Though the device atop the tower spins in wild, blurring revolutions, the air around it is still and calm. You stand in the eye of the storm, which has cordoned off Andra's mortar from the rest of Aora for thousands of years. You see an antiquated control panel, its levers engaged in positions of activation. A deep percussion shakes the tower by its roots. Somewhere in the obscurity of the storm, Aothis rears back his fist to deliver a mighty blow. The control panel has weathered the millennia better than the rest of the city. A layer of dust covers its elegant glass tubes and engraved copper levers, which appear both intact and fully functional. What if I don't? What if I just let it go? What happens? Alright, fine. Deactivate the machine. You grip the largest of the levers and bring it up to its starting position. The vibration of machinery gradually slows and turbulent winds grow calm.
The machine controlling the storm winds down. The clattering of its machinery settles into a low whir and then, at last, hiccups to a halt. Beyond the tower, the black, roiling clouds of Andra's mortar roll away from the ancient city of Ukaizo, with only a tired sigh of wind to see them off. And on that last breath of wind, comes to you a familiar sound. The ring of a bell. The bell's ringing is soft, not the clangor and torrent you've grown used to. It calls to your soul, and your soul yearns to follow it. Your soul flees from your body and into the beyond, chasing that sound. It leads you at last to Bareth's realm, to that cold platform and room of endless doors.
Watcher, your journey nears its conclusion.
The pallid night stands before you, her gaunt face impassive.
Finally! I'm nearly free of all this. What will become... well, what will come after this? I'm frightened, Bareth. I'm so scared. That is so out of character. Does anybody play their Watcher as a timid little mouse? That's just a weird... Anyways, moving on. Let's make this quick. I've got an engagement with a living statue, and I don't want to be late. What will come after this?
That will depend on the will of Kith, whose desires are ever in flux. Soon you will confront Aethys for what will likely be the final time, and you will do so as the Herald of Bareth, the only creature on the face of Eora to whom he will listen. Remember that.
Sure.
The pallid night inclines her head to you, black hair hanging lank in her face. She steps back and cedes the floor to Helia with a small, resigned sigh.
Why don't they all just talk to me at once?
If Aethys truly intends to go through with his mad plan to destroy the wheel, a generation's worth of souls will be trapped in the in-between. So many would suffer. How can Aethys be so cruel? He cannot just abandon them. Aethys must help the Kith find a quick solution.
I think Aethys is beyond caring what we do.
Abaddon strides forward.
Aethys thrust this crisis on the Kith. They did not bring it upon themselves. Their only mistake was entrusting us to watch over them. Who will help them rebuild their world now?
Aethys will reveal every secret of the gods. Will Kith be able to change the established order if they have no wonder to inspire them? Aethys must help them resolve this quickly, lest every one of Eora's few remaining mysteries be laid plain.
It's Aethys' obligation to help us fix what he's about to break. Should Aethys leave this decision solely to Kith? We're past the point of help. We need to be led. Or say nothing. I don't like number 3. And I don't like number 2. Actually, Whale, what are you so afraid of? I gave you your body back. Help me stop Aethys. Let's go with number 1.
Coddled children learn nothing that is not spoon-fed to them. With the wheel destroyed, Kith will tear themselves apart. It is the gods' duty to prevent that happening, lest they doom us all. And as Kith must be ruled, so too must the gods. I say that if Aethys is so eager to throw down the mantle of power and step aside, I shall take my rightful place as Queen of the Gods again.
I swear to all of you, if Andra decides to chime in and she's naked again, I'm gonna lose my mind. Stay out of this, Andra. Just don't.
Kith are strongest when they follow our lead, and we are strongest when we lead in turn. United in purpose with the gods, Kith can accomplish things that without us, they could never have even begun. They must be shown their boundaries to surpass them.
And without an established order to fight against, the bonds that bind them dissolve, and they fight amongst themselves.
Let's see here. We've proved how ill-suited we are to leading ourselves. Perhaps you're right. How can we trust you to lead us after this? No, we have to figure this out on our own, in our own time, at our own pace. Well, I don't like number 1. Number 2. How can we trust you?
You cannot trust us, and you never should have. Only the Kith may save themselves.
Boudica's firm hand is but the motherly smothering of Helia by another name. Mortals should have no special advantages. Only once Kith have striven to improve themselves through trial will they truly know their measure. Kith must suffer to find their strength if they are to survive the world into which Eothas drags them. Our intervention in your struggle would be a cruelty and counter to our purpose.
He lets his words hang in the air for a moment. Gaze, level with your own.
Indeed. Kith must discover for themselves what it is they are worth, and of what it is they are capable. What we do for them, they do not learn for themselves. Trial breeds ingenuity. If our work of generations was not in vain, Kith will succeed in spite of Eothas' actions. I have faith in Kith's ability to meet Eothas' challenge. Do not mistake my words for indifference, Watcher. They are born from a fierce belief in your potential, not a refutation of it.
Eothas wouldn't do this if he didn't agree with you. Maybe we're not doomed after all. Well, let me finish this. You would abandon us, just like that, when we need you most. Spare me. Our leaders couldn't even work together under the threat of Eothas destroying the wheel. Or say nothing. I thought the whole concern was that by destroying the wheel, you cut off the cycle of reincarnation. This whole Kith can do it on their own, they don't need us to lead them, is just... It comes out of the left field. The concern isn't that the gods are going away. The concern has been this whole game that by destroying the wheel, you will starve the world of new life, or replenishing life. I don't get this argument at all. I don't get it. It's like the writer couldn't remember what the conflict was. Eothas wouldn't do this if he didn't. Number 1's fine.
And yet you come to Ukaizo with only the Huana at your back. All that Kith stand to lose. And even then, your leaders could not join hands, squabbling instead over prestige and resources. You believe that will change when my final death comes calling. You are a greater fool than I thought. Margaret is blinded by her affection for mortals. She does not see that entropy is the destiny of all things. If Eothas were wise, he would destroy everything. End life. End reincarnation. End death.
God, I'm so tired of listening to him.
Kith have had their chance. It is time to let silence reign.
What a party pooper.
As Rimmergon's words fade, the Pallid Knight returns. She no longer towers over you, a giant even among the gods, but meets you at your height. She lets the arms crossed over her chest fall to her sides. She speaks to you openly, plainly, an expression almost like tenderness, turning up the corners of her lips.
Well, Watcher, you know where we stand. What do you believe?
The wheel is your creation. You owe us your help in fixing it. Everything that's happened, everything that will happen, it's the gods' fault. We're better off without you. True change, lasting change, it demands sacrifice. The coming days will be hard, but we'll be the better for it. Things are fine as they are. If we can't stop Aothis from destroying the wheel, we should only rebuild it as it was. I don't care. The gods did what they could. We'll take it from here. I don't know. The gods, the wheel. I'm not sure of anything anymore. Or say nothing. I don't care is right out. 5 is right out. The wheel is your creation. You owe us your help in fixing it. Yeah, I'll do that one. That's how I feel. The wheel is your creation. You owe us your help in fixing it.
The pallid knight raises one dark eyebrow.
I did not conjure the wheel as you know it now from the air. It was built slowly, with great deliberation by Kith. It is as much your wheel as mine.
Oh.
Now the time has come for us to part, Watcher. I laid upon you a difficult duty, and I know you desire to be free of it. You will be in time, but not now. You have work to do yet. Remember, you alone may sway Aothis now. When you stand before him, choose your words carefully.
She claps her gauntleted hands together, and a sound like thunder rumbles through the room. As the floor crumbles and falls away beneath you, you hear the sound of a single bell ringing, and beneath it, the faintest whisper.
Oh, there he is. Consciousness returns in a wave as the last of the machine's energy dissipates. The calming of the storm reveals the sprawling city around you, like sand wiped from a mosaic. You see the distant outline of Aothis raising his fist in triumph and purpose. Where the heck is Whale's body? Come on, man! I got you to agree to this. Are you a liar as well? Peering over the edge of the tower, you make out a distant shape amid the ruins below. A ragged ship has settled offshore, where it lists at a drunken angle, the flag of the Principe drooping from the tilted mast. The empty deck tells you that the surviving crew have long since boarded a skiff and rowed to shore. Which means you're no longer alone on Ukaizo. Great. Great. Fantastic. If ever there was a place for a final standoff, it's Ukaizo. Maybe they came to negotiate. Sigh and draw your weapon. Yeah, number 1. Alright. Fine. We're gonna do this. Let's do this. I don't think there's anything to loot here, so let's just go. I'm gonna save. Okay. I knew you were going to be here somewhere, and again, I have to ask, if I took care of Ferrante, would the Principe even be here? Would that other lady feel like settling the score this way, or would she have could I have convinced her just to not interfere? Tugging on the frilled cuffs of his sleeves, Captain Ferrante strolls confidently forward. With a flick of his hand, he signals to the posse of well-armed pirates behind him.
You think to steal my golden dream, but I will not allow it to happen.
He embellishes an aristocratic bow as he draws arms against you.
My gratitude is yours for disabling the storms. It seems I did not require Rivan's ship to reach Ukaizo in the end.
Yeah, oh, wow. If I had gotten him, the ghost ship, would I be fighting undead right now? See, there's so many juggling possibilities. I wish I'm kind of regretting not diving in to the ghost ship questline. Or finishing it. Oh well, that will leave you guys something to discover. Can't we make a deal? Really? You pirates are worse than cockroaches. Don't make me hurt you. Walk away while you still can, or attack. Don't make me hurt you. Walk away while you still can.
You jest in the face of your death, huh? Allow me to admit how grandly I will enjoy ending you.
I mean, we kind of had an amicable relationship, right? None of us were horrible to each other.
Until the next life? Nor perhaps not, considering.
Oh well, whatever. I'm gonna put him down like a rabid dog. Let's see. Grog. Let's lead with a leap, shall we? Disrupt their backline. Oh, we can't see that. Gilmore. I think a wall. I think a wall is in order. Oh, wait, maybe I should... As soon as we rush in, yeah, they're gonna just... If I could just keep them... Okay, there's the fire line. I just keep them in it. What is... Oh. Scanlan summoned something I didn't want him to summon, as he usually does. Let's activate the defensive buff. Grog, if you could do your... Spirit Tornado. That's what I'm looking for. And... Scanlan... You know what, Scanlan? Oh, you're not using the gun. Shoot. Oh, you know what? Just switch. It's fine. Just switch and take out this guy. Where'd you go? Oh, he's right there. Well, this Pistolier wants to be a problem.
Ever seen a Goliath do that?
Pike. Are you using your... Yeah, you're using ranged. That's fine.
How can I help you? Next time.
Gilmore, you're about to run into combat. Why don't we not? Huh? Buddy? What can I do for you? Does he have chain lightning? He doesn't on this book. That's the problem. Let's do... Yeah, let's do a frost bomb. And then Grog just moving on to the next one. That's fine.
Get you next time.
Wait. Pause. Targus, why are you over here? Why are you not... Were you attacking somebody? Okay, he was attacking somebody. That's fine.
Sure.
Gilmore, stay there. What are you doing? Switch. Pike, attack this guy. Scanlan, attack that guy. Grog, he's already on it. I really don't have to tell him what to do, do I? He's on the ball. Fantastic. Alright, everybody. This last one here. And down they go. Because they were just pirates. Nothing special. Nothing cool. Just a bunch of jerks who decided to cross me. Oh, wait. Is this guy still alive?
Without a doubt.
Well. Come on. I'm just sitting here waiting for you to... Stop. There we go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That was satisfying. Let's see. Did Ferrante have anything worthwhile? No. Just a bunch of crap. Okay.
You asked the right man.
Wait, is that Ferrante? I guess so. Let's see. Superb armor. Good. 50% damage taken. Wait. What? I take more damage with this? 10% damage taken. Aura grants nearby allies damage reduction, though the wearer takes... Oh, yeah, I don't want that. This is a sucky piece of body armor. Forget it. Hopefully that's it. Should I... Yeah, alright. We'll go. We'll just go.
You descend into the ancient winding streets of Ukaizo. Battered by storms for thousands of years, the ruins bear the marks of their role as the lone witnesses of the gods' great secret at the center of the city. The houses and boulevards are pierced by great spears of luminous Audra. There are no ashen bodies, no birds, no sign or sound of any life. But with every step, the rhythmic pounding in the distance draws nearer. Soon, you can feel the vibration traveling up your spine. As you approach the center of the city, the weathered architecture gives way to more luminous Audra, piercing the ruins, eventually overtaking them entirely. Cresting the top of a fallen tower, you finally get a clear view of Aethys. He stands, legs astride, next to a great stone monument ringed with 11 cavernous alcoves. All but 3 hold a gargantuan skeleton, bones scrubbed clean by the city's storms. An immense Anguithan machine floats above the monument, suspended by invisible energy emanating from a well of light beneath it. Great brass rings spin around a core of metal and Audra at the machine's center. Periodically, Aethys's massive arms swing back. The movement alone is enough to draw great gusts of wind toward him. When they come down on the machine, the impacts are accompanied by eruptions of electricity, fire, and smoke. The hundreds of luminous Audra pillars across Ukaizo sympathetically dim in a rippling wave that spreads out from the machine. The only safe route to the god is a steep ascent along a monstrous pillar of luminous Audra. Intertwined with fragments of Ukaizo's ruins that it has carried through the centuries, the pillar bends in a long arc, towering above the machine. The pillar levels out near Aethys's head, a silent observer to the destruction of the machine it has grown beside over thousands of years. You weave your way along a treacherous rain-slicked path up the pillar's skyward side. As you arrive at the top, you catch Aethys's attention. Fist pulled back, he pauses to observe you. With the same gentleness he showed at Ashen Maw, he lowers his arm and turns toward you.
Strange to see Ukaizo in this way. It may be hard to picture, but this city was once full of life. The Huana, yes, but also Kith from many other cultures. Great hanging trees shadowed these boulevards. Gardens sprawled across the open rooftops. Each spring, a festival procession would wind its way from the hillside into this valley. The celebrants would pass through a steep walk among the stalls of foreign merchants, flowers falling upon them from all sides. All people of all nations, together in a celebration of new life. Such was the power and beauty of lost Ukaizo. But what of you, Watcher? Why have you followed me? Have you come to bear witness to the breaking of the wheel?
I mean, I guess I could say that, if I can't stop you. I've come to ask you to take pity on the mortals of this world who will suffer for your actions. After you've gone, the gods will go to war with each other and with mortals, unless they have a strong leader. Ooh. That? Am I asking him to be the leader, or am I saying I need to be the leader? Because I could go either way. Mortals are going to need a head start on things to prevent the gods from re-establishing control. You need to inspire them. Well, I could go for that one too. I want you to go further than breaking the wheel. I want you to destroy it all. I wonder what that kind of reaction would get from him. Only to bear witness. I've come to fight you. Let's see. Mortals are going to need a head start on things. You need to inspire them. I mean, the whole point, he's said it before, the whole point is he's trying to break Kith away from the gods. That's not going to help. Which makes me think number 2 is not going to help either. Unless that is saying, I intend to be the leader. I don't know about that one. I've come to ask you to take pity. I could maybe convince him to not do it. I don't know. The first one just feels like... I mean, it's the only one I want to do, but it feels like... I don't know. Number 2.
And you believe I should give my strength to one of them? I am certain Boudica has convinced you of this course.
That's not... I don't agree with anything Boudica has to say. Ever.
Why do you believe I should give this power, which we have used so irresponsibly for so long, to any of them?
They are irresponsible because there is not one of you with the authority and power to bring the others in line. Ooh, I like that one. Just in general, I like that one. There is going to be a struggle among the gods. Your power can ensure it is both swift and merciful. I could make an argument for that, I'm sure. I still believe in the power and authority of the gods. I want to ensure they don't... Come on. I want to ensure they don't weaken themselves by warring with each other. See, again, he is trying, I believe, if I haven't misconstrued everything, he's trying to break the Kith from the gods. Let's plead to his mercy and all of that stuff that's his profile.
Though I hope my brothers and sisters would not do so, history has shown that this chaos may very well move them to war. You have convinced me, Watcher.
Yeah!
The gods do need a strong leader. I will ensure they have one after I am gone.
Well, regardless of whether or not that was a good idea, I managed to convince him to take my course of action. That's a win in my book.
I must attend to my final work now. I cannot delay any longer.
Where is Whale's body? Stop Aothis! Come on!
You have carried a heavy burden across the Deadfire, Watcher. Before I go, I would rid you of it.
Come on, where are you, Whale? No sooner have Aothis's words entered your mind than you hear one final, dissonant ring of the chime within you. Then silence. The knot that formed when the pallid night first addressed you in the beyond is now gone.
You are free now, as free as any of us can be. Many will come to you for help in the years ahead. Animancers, priests, even the gods themselves. I have great hope for you, but always remember that your future is for you to decide. Use your freedom well.
Do you think
Aothis squares himself to the machine. As you move to a safe distance, he draws his fists back and resumes his assault. The blows rain down with increased fervor, but the machine perseveres in spite of his efforts. Spreading his arms wide, Aothis draws power from the luminous Audra clustered around the valley. The energy courses through his body, limbs overflowing with intense light and waves of heat. You perceive the presence of another colossal gathering of soul essence nearby, and recall the agreement you reached with Wal in the halls obscured. But can one rely on a pact struck with the god of mysteries and deception?
Hold on, hold on. The god of deception, now he gets that moniker? That wasn't... I never came across anything describing Whale as a god of deception. That you can't just add in that at the very end. And yes, the answer is yes. Reach out to Whale.
The ground shakes beneath you. Or perhaps your stomach quakes from a deity's spiritual caress. Regardless, you have attracted the divine attention of Wal.
Do it now! Before it's too late! I'm sorry, Aethys, but you forced this to happen. I hope you like tentacles, you big bastard. Don't interfere, Whale! Why would I... No. Do it now before it's too late.
Long, muscular tendrils erupt from the fog-shrouded ruins, lashing at Aethys' Audra torso and twisting about his limbs. The tentacles, each studded with 1,000 eyes, constrict around their prey. Thunderous cracks rend the air, and light spills from the fissures spreading across the statue of Maros Nua.
Wait, what? Was the son of Odnua, and with the tyrant, not much... Oh, wait, that's what the statue was originally called before Aethys occupied it. Okay, alright.
Aethys grabs at the fleshy extremities, crushing one in each hand. But Wal's myriad arms are undeterred. As they constrict, the living titan drains vast rivers of souls from both Aethys and the machinery of Ukaizo.
Oh no! Oh no! Is Whale gonna break the machine?
You never deserved, Aora, our dear misguided brother.
Whale... Ashley? Whale purrs, drinking in the essence all around you.
Aethys falls upon the ancient Anguithan machinery, grasping at it in a final struggle to tear the device apart. Ribbons of bright energy fountain from the crumbling structures. The ruined city quakes as Wal drags Aethys to the ground.
Did I do it? Did I stop him from breaking the wheel?
Maros Nua's body finally goes still. A shattered colossus devoid of light. The tendrils of Wal slip away, leaving you amidst the rubble of the Anguithan machines. Priests and mystics have strange dreams of an island of living flesh, an eye that never closes, and a library filled with blank books. And though Aethys fell, his death accomplished his goal: to render inoperable the machinery of reincarnation. Unless Kith develop an alternative, Aora is doomed to die.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me? What a cheap cop-out. Even worse. Let me put this even worse. Because Whale drained Aethys of energy, of essence. He isn't going to do what I convinced him to do, which is pass on his power to a leader for the future. Oh, man, I screwed the pooch on that one. I thought for sure Whale would be able to stop him, and then the game's like, no. Trolled me.
The greatest hope seems to lie in the work of the ancient Anguithans and the Huana's efforts to unearth and understand it. And while Maros Nua lies crushed at Ukaizo, the gods look on the labors of Kith. They do not intervene. They watch and argue, wager and conjecture at how, or whether, mortals will solve the puzzle set before them. Reclaiming Ukaizo is both a symbolic and a practical victory for the Huana. The ancient city is a potent reminder of their people's ancient glory, and it promises to be a much more easily defensible capital, especially with the storm controls of Andra's Spire close at hand. The other tribes unite under the Kahanga and dedicate themselves to rebuilding Ukaizo and relearning its secrets.
See, now I feel good about that one. The
Valian Trading Company continues its operations in Deadfire. though it is forced to renegotiate many of its contracts with the newly empowered Huana Crown.
And I feel good about that.
Company leadership finds that the new terms are much more favorable to the tribes than to their own interests in the region.
And I feel good about that.
Due to these changes, the Valian Trading Company eventually withdraws most of its people from Deadfire.
And I feel good about that.
The Royal Deadfire Company is allowed to continue trading in the archipelago, though they are forced to submit most of their outposts and fortifications to Huana leadership.
And you guessed it, I feel very good about that outcome.
The storms across the Rawatayan mainland subside along with those of Andra's mortar. However, Rawatai regards this respite with a wary eye, ever mindful that the machinery at Andra's spire remains under their foes' control. The battle at Andra's mortar leaves the fleet of the Principe Sen Patrena in shambles. Thus sundered, they fight among each other until they are little more than squabbling bands of pirates.
Well, that's kind of good and kind of bad, I guess. They're no longer noble, I guess, if they... Yeah, that's kind of a win-loss thing.
They continue to harass unguarded merchant vessels, but they are fit for little more. Gone are the dreams of empire and the hunger for primacy. Despite other tensions across the archipelago, Port Maje remains a model of peaceful, productive cooperation between the Huana and the Valian Trading Company. Though they do not always agree, Governor Clario and Storm Speaker Ikawa work together for the mutual benefit of their people. As the balance of power changes in Deadfire, so too does Nekataka transform. Though the Kahanga monarchy moves its new seat of government to Ukaizo, Nekataka continues to be a busy and important city. The Kahanga leadership takes responsibility for the welfare of the Raparu, and the Gullet starts to improve. What was once a den of crime, poverty, and illness slowly becomes a quiet haven for the Raparu.
Oh, good. Good. I like that outcome.
Ukaizo reveals more about the ancient art of water shaping than the guild could have hoped to learn in another century of work. With this new knowledge, water shapers across the archipelago wield the currents and bend the waves for the pleasure and benefit of the new Huana nation. Your brief encounter with Letharn proves deeply influential for the children of the Dawnstars.
I'm gonna need a reminder on that one. Who was Letharn?
Plagued with nightmares and haunted by the deaths at Hesango, Letharn begins questioning his faith in Aethys. At first, his fellow Dawnstars chide him. But that changes as word of Aethys' deeds at Ukaizo spreads. After all, what business have they worshipping a god who denied his own legitimacy?
Uh-oh. Does that mean the Dawnstars are done for? Well, I mean, their god's done for. Well, wouldn't make sense for them to stick around. Come on, click.
The faith of the children of the Dawnstars fades, but their commitment to the people of Deadfire does not. They continue feeding, healing, and helping the neediest, just as they have for decades. It is no longer a holy mission, but it is a mission all the same.
Alright, well, at least the Red Cross stays in business. That's good. Wait. Salvation Army, is that a better comparison? Either way, at least the charity group stays in business. That's good. That's always good.
The Adra at Pokakohara is restored, but the rumored Valian Trading Company post never comes to Tikawara. Torn between waiting and seeking better fortunes elsewhere, the tribe gradually scatters and fragments.
Oh, hold on. Why don't they just go to Ukaizo? That was... Yeah, okay, that one doesn't make sense. They've got Ukaizo now. You just told me all the tribes come together. I'm gonna believe that this tribe here in Tikiwara goes to Ukaizo instead of fragments and scatters.
ships continue to disappear at the southeastern fringe of the archipelago, and stories circulate of a colony of vampires and gulls preying on their crews.
Oops. Yeah, that was something that I skipped over doing. Probably should have taken care of that.
The Queen soon sends a contingent of her bravest warriors who end the horrors of Splintered Reef.
Yeah, that sounds like something that would have been fun to do. Maybe next time. Sorry.
The dragon, Neraskirlas, no longer passes between Aora and the White Void, and the dead flow slowly breaks apart, exposing the temple long frozen within. Vatnir tries to hold the Harbingers of Dusk together, and for a time succeeds. The group resettles within and around the temple, vowing to protect it. Eventually, however, Remergon's godlike falters, and his followers sacrifice him to the White Void. The Temple of Remergon falls into disrepair, home only to madmen and monsters. In besting the Beast of Winter, you earned the Death God's mercy rather than his enmity. The deity remains characteristically unforthcoming about his decision, and you're left to wonder whether in doing battle with him in the White Void, you somehow furthered his apocalyptic ambitions. Word spreads of the primal island of Kazuwari, once home to an arena that hosted bloody competitions and fearsome ordeals. Wild tales whisper that the spilled blood attracted a terrible beast of scale and fang that slaughtered those gathered at the island before destroying the great enchanted statue that oversaw the island's trials. Absent its guiding voice, Kazuwari descends into anarchy.
Oh, that must have been the arena, the Colosseum DLC. Well, I'm not too upset about that, except for the whole descends into anarchy thing, but I mean, that's easy enough to ignore, right? Nobody go to the island. Don't go there.
Released from their bondage to the sightless eye, the Vithrak of the Halls Obscured abandon the Black Isle and resettle in the deepest and darkest recesses of the ruins beneath Nekataka. Sisak and his colony remain secretive and isolated, however, rarely interacting with those kith crawling about in the sunlight above. Encouraged by her arcane successes, Bakarna returns to her observatory to continue her studies of the celestial spheres. In time, her colleagues in the Circle of Archmagi come to accept her among their number.
Oh, good, good.
She takes on apprentices.
She earned it.
And they trumpet her praises as both a brilliant innovator and nurturing pedagogue.
She absolutely earned it, with my help.
Following its intercession at Ukaizo, WoW's Titan vanishes again into the sea. In the years that follow, you occasionally sense an impossibly vast shadow fall upon you while gazing into the in-between. A deeper darkness in that already dark place. You wonder if, by reuniting WoW with their body, you gave the god of mystery access to the one realm once obscured to even their sight. True to his word, Tane sets about trying to turn the god seed into a garden. When simply planting it in the living lands and leaving it for a year doesn't yield him any success, he resigns himself to actually studying the ancient device to unlock its secrets. Eventually, he jokes, his hard work might even bear fruit. Literally. Though your adventures alter the destiny of Aora and the balance of power in Deadfire, they also leave a lasting mark on those who travel at your side. Your companions find themselves changed, in ways both big and small. In the days sailing back from Ukaizo, Adair finds himself disillusioned with all gods, his own above all. Where the gods have touched Deadfire, he sees only destruction, loss, and emptiness. He casts off all symbols of Aethys, and even begins refusing to use his name. Ultimately, he chooses to remain with you on the Defiant, knowing if any mortal is to have the final word in a conflict with the gods, it will be the Watcher of Cadnua.
Yeah, bros united until the end. Stick with me, Adair, or Nameless. We'll do great things together. We'll make history was what I was going to say. But and moving on.
Shodi is not a priestess who understands the meaning of subtlety. As such, she makes her girlish crush on Adair painfully obvious from the moment she first sets eyes on the strapping fighter. But as you all travel, Adair grows increasingly uncomfortable with her attempts to engender his affection, until he finally takes her aside and sets her straight. He's not interested in a sheltered, overzealous little girl, he explains in so many words. After that, Shodi turns a cold shoulder to him, sometimes forgetting to heal him in the chaos of battle. Or so she claims. Shodi's journey through the Deadfire on your ship is an eye-opening experience for the sheltered farm girl. After many souls harvested, more lives aided, and much adventure had, the priestess declares her intent to rejoin her fellow missionaries at the Temple of Gon in Neketaka. Following a shy grin and an overzealous handshake, Shodi leaves you with an open invitation to visit her anytime. It is some months later when she pens you a missive. Can you hardly believe it? Her chicken scratch handwriting reads. Saw when sailing for distant lands. She's leaving me in charge of the temple. I've been named the High Priestess of Gon. Aloth renews his commitment to destroying the Leaden Key. With the wheel broken, loosening the god's stranglehold on Kith is more urgent than ever. It is a lofty goal, and one he does not expect to finish in his lifetime. But if there's one thing he's learned from the Watcher, it's that a single person can change the world.
Man, I should be helping Aloth. I like that name better than Aloth. Thank you. Me and Adair and Aloth should be sticking together. I mean, what else am I going to do sailing the Deadfire?
Seraphin seems little impacted by your journey. Always knew the gods were larger than me, he tells you, on the evening he decides to part from your company. He's too long put aside those he cares most for. He confesses over a bottle of rum, and he's got leagues to sail to make it right. The following morning, he's gone, leaving only a crude stick figure rendering of Aethys, scrawled into the hull to mark his passage. After reporting back to her superiors for the Watcher's actions against the Valian Trading Company, Pallegina is rewarded with reassignment home to the Valian Republics. She spends the next several years as the head of the household guard for the Duke of Ancense. In this role, she is often lauded for her courage and loyalty. Even with all of the praise, there are still times when she cannot help but feel she could have had more influence on what transpired in the Deadfire.
Well, maybe next time, Pallegina.
Pleased with the Navy's conduct throughout the Deadfire campaign, Maya returns to active duty. She can find a free drink and a sharp salute anywhere she goes in Rawatayan territory. In recognition of her performance, the Navy attempts to give Maya less strenuous work. She flatly refuses, throwing herself into the fray whenever she can. Her rifle never has time to cool. She looks forward to seeing her brother again. So does Ashiza. The discovery of Ukaizo doesn't bring Takehu the answers that he sought, but this proves only a minor setback. Merely knowing that Ngati's Chosen landed on the island ignites something in the Huana tribes, a fervent desire to recover the past and let history illuminate the way forward. Takehu rides this momentum, leading by example and teaching his people to rely on each other instead of on omens. His message is an upheaval of norms, but it's as embraced and beloved as he is. He bids you farewell, suggesting that you seek your next adventure in a brothel or tavern, where consequences begin and end at the front door. He sounds eager to leave old conflicts in the past. Your pursuit of Aethys and your journey to Ukaizo signal the end of forces that have shaped the lives of Kith and the course of nations. The cycle of reincarnation has been broken. The storms of Andra's mortar have calmed. Yet each ending promises a new beginning. As the sun rises over Ukaizo, Kith turn their gaze eastward, wondering at what lies beyond, and at the world they will fashion for themselves. As the Watcher of Cadnua and the former Herald of Bareth, you return to your ship and begin the long journey home. You hope for calm weather.
Okay, well, I guess this is the end. It's been almost a year since I started. And I gotta say, I like the game. We've gone through all the DLCs, we've gone through a bunch of patches, and it was fun, right? I had fun. Anyways, thank you everyone for joining me on this journey. I guess, I'll see you in the next series. Until then, enjoy the credits. All these people worked hard on this game. Stay safe, and may God bless you.